Howdy folks, welcome, thanks for joining me today. So it's definitely been a while since I last have done a time-lapse drawing or anything in my sketchbook in general. So I will be drawing and showing the process of this portrait of the legendary Missy Elliott, which I'm super excited to showcase and sort of work on updating where I've been, as well as new processes that I currently work in and this sort of new spooky style that I've been playing with. So keep on watching. When I work in this style in the sketchbook, so I'm using a moleskine Volant sketchbook, I believe. When I work in this style, I typically pull up several reference images that I like of the artist or the person that I'm drawing, and I sort of take elements from 5 or 6 reference images to create a new portrait. And usually what I do is I sketch it out, I outline with some Micron pens and Faber-Castell, and then I erase the pencil marks and finish coloring and use a white gel pen to sort of add details on top of the drawing. I definitely want to talk a little bit too about how inspiring Missy Elliott is to me personally. I lovingly refer to her as the hip-hop witch because I think that her style and art direction, especially for photo shoots and for her music videos, she's a lot more spooky than people like to attribute to her, I guess is the best way that I can describe it. And I think that her costume design and her stylistic choices, like lights, environment, etc., all really add up to this sort of weird and wacky persona. And I've always loved Missy Elliott forever and always, and I just think that she has a lot more spooky vibes than people sort of attribute to her. If I had to choose my favorite Missy Elliott video, I would definitely have to say it's the She's a Bitch video. I love the art direction and costume design and the overall concept. And I also think that her ad campaign image from the Marc Jacobs Fall/Winter 2016 ad is absolutely flawless, and I draw a lot of inspiration from that campaign in general. I would highly recommend as well, if you haven't seen it already, the She's a Bitch live performance from VH1's Hip Hop Honors in 2017. It's a recreation of the music video, and the performance overall really captures why I think Missy Elliott is such a legend. She's able to evoke such emotion and really, I wouldn't say scare the audience, but I definitely know I thought it was very spooky. I would highly recommend you look it up if you have not seen it already or you don't know what I'm talking about. It's the VH1 Hip Hop Honors 2017 performance. Thank you, Missy Elliott, for your continued inspiration and just being wonderful all around, and I wish you the best of luck and super looking forward to everything that you create in the future. So as far as where I've been in the past couple of months, couple of years, it's been a while, I have recently graduated with my Bachelor of Fine Arts with an emphasis in illustration, which I'm so ecstatic about because that was really a huge chunk of time that I wasn't able to work on personal projects and YouTube and such and so forth. So now that I'm graduated, I have the availability to really support those extra projects that I want to work on now. In addition to now wanting to get back into YouTube and doing time-lapse videos, I also have started a podcast with my twin who runs Rachel Britton Photo. So we work together on this podcast, we co-host it, and it's called Art is a Drag, which we've done a gallery series based on the same name. So we talk about the intersections of art, illustration, photography, and drag. And when I say drag, I mean drag queens, drag performance, drag artists in general. And so we sort of interview other drag performers and other artists and find out how these things all intersect. We just posted a new episode just yesterday, and you can find us, again, that is Art is a Drag, on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. And if you want to help us and support us and help us grow, you can leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, and that would really help us out. So in the drawing now, I'm finishing up the outlining process, and then I'm going to go in and start to erase right here. I'm going to start to erase all of the pencil marks underneath, and this is where I'm going to go in on top with my other Micron pens and my Faber-Castell so that I can sort of add more detail, add some boldness to certain lines, and take back some mistakes with the white gel pen. This is really my favorite part of the drawing process of my sketchbook, this portrait style, because it really allows me to work with the lines specifically, and it's not so messy. Everything gets really nice and crisp here. I also want to make note that I am working in a moleskine volant sketchbook. This is the 9" by 11" sketchbook, and it's wonderful because they come in these 3-packs now. So for $18 or $25 or whatever it is, you can get a pack of 3 sketchbooks, and it is so convenient, especially because I have so many different ideas. So I kind of dedicate each sketchbook, and usually they come in a pack of 3 separate colors as well. I like to dedicate each sketchbook to a different subject. So this one is the yellow one, and I just have this style portrait in it. I've got about 25 in there now, maybe closer to 20. I have a purple sketchbook, which was all class notes and things from my undergraduate degree, and then a pink sketchbook as well, which is just strictly for sketching and for writing things down and for notes. I love moleskines because they don't smudge. If you haven't tried a moleskin, I really recommend that you do. Save up and invest in them. They're not super expensive, but they are more expensive than just the regular spiral bound sketchbook that you can get at a grocery store or a craft store. Save up or split a pack with someone or 2 people. Everyone gets a sketchbook. They're really great quality, and I swear by them. So right now in the drawing, I'm taking my Faber-Castell pen. I can't remember which one this is, my apologies. But I'm taking it and sort of outlining big sections and coloring in a lot of my portraits I use very high contrast, and I sort of like to work in just black and white, although I do love doing grayscale and shading and such. For these simple portraits, I like to work in sort of a coloring book style. And then once I have laid down the large black patches, then I go in with a white gel pen and sort of add details on top and erase things, and go back in with the micron pens, and so sort of go back and forth to add detail and, you know, take away mistakes. If you have questions about my style or the way that I work, my process, please feel free to comment down below with questions. Also tell me what's your favorite performance or music video or song of Missy Elliott's. I definitely am interested to know what everyone's favorite is and what everyone loves about her. Obviously everything. Also, this is a good place to remind you to check out my podcast, Art is a Drag, on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, as well as making sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. I'm really looking forward to getting back into YouTube and having more content to post for you guys. I'm really excited to share upcoming projects and just working on new time-lapse videos and practicing my own craft. After filling in the large spaces with the Faber-Castell pen, as you can see here, I'm taking the white gel pen now and sort of adding highlights to the hair and different parts of the drawing, which just adds more volume. And I love this part of the drawing process because it really ties everything together. It makes everything not look so flat and makes everything really have some nice volume and dimension to it. So this is really my favorite finishing portion of my own drawing process, and I'd highly recommend getting yourself a nice gel pen if you work in black and white. So we're at the end of the drawing, and this is how it turned out. Thank you all for joining me. I'm so excited to create more content for you guys. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, as well as check out the Art is a Drag podcast. I really appreciate it. And if you like us, please leave a 5-star review on iTunes. Thanks, guys. Ta-ta!